You might think sitting with your legs crossed is just a comfortable and perfectly harmless habit, but for many after age 60, it becomes a silent threat to your circulation that can lead to dangerous blood clots. On paper, it seems perfectly safe, right? We all do it. But here's the catch. This seemingly innocent posture can obstruct normal blood flow and, over time, put your entire circulatory system under stress. In this video, I'll show you 5 of these everyday dangers and, more importantly, how to avoid them. And tip number 1 is a popular rule many of us were taught as children, but following it in a critical situation can be life-threatening. Before we begin, if you're comfortable, please tap like. If it feels right, consider subscribing to receive helpful tips more easily. When you have a moment, please share your country. It shows how many of us truly care about our health and encourages others to join in. Thank you. So, the problem isn't just about avoiding bad habits. It's about understanding why they're risky and replacing them with safer alternatives. Let's break down the 5 habits you should be aware of. We'll go from a common posture mistake to the most critical life-saving tip at the end. Habit number 5. Crossing your legs, the silent saboteur of your circulation. While many habits on our list are about specific actions, this one is about a state of being, a posture many of us hold for hours every day without a second thought. This is for those who find themselves sitting for long periods, whether reading, watching television, or working at a desk, and want to protect their vascular health. The secret danger lies in the prolonged pressure on a key blood vessel. When you cross one leg over the other, especially at the knee, you put direct mechanical pressure on the popliteal vein, which is a major channel for blood returning from your lower leg to your heart. This constant squeezing action can slow down blood flow, a condition known as venous stasis. Think of it like putting a kink in a garden hose. The water flow is immediately reduced. For a body over 60, whose blood vessels may already be less flexible, this slowdown is a serious invitation for trouble. The slowed blood is more likely to form clots, a condition called deep vein thrombosis, or DVT. And this isn't just a theoretical concern. In a comprehensive review published in the Journal of Thrombosis and Hemostasis, researchers consistently identified prolonged immobility and venous stasis as primary risk factors for the development of DVT. While the study didn't focus exclusively on leg crossing, it confirmed the underlying principle. Any action that impedes normal blood flow in the legs for an extended period significantly elevates risk. The study emphasized that for older adults whose baseline risk is already higher due to age-related changes in blood composition and vessel walls, minimizing all forms of venous stasis is a critical preventative measure. So here is the clear instruction on how to fix this. First, practice mindful sitting. The goal is to keep both feet flat on the floor with your knees and ankles at a roughly 90-degree angle. This is the optimal position for unrestricted blood flow. Second, implement the 30-30 rule. For every 30 minutes of sitting, stand up and move for at least 30 seconds. This doesn't have to be a full workout. Simply walking to the kitchen for a glass of water or doing a few gentle leg stretches is enough to restore circulation. Third, while you are sitting, perform simple foot and ankle exercises. Try ankle circles, rotating each foot 10 times clockwise and 10 times counterclockwise. Then, do foot pumps by pointing your toes down and then flexing them up toward your shin. Do this for a minute every hour. This engages the calf muscles, which act as a second heart to pump blood out of the legs. Do you often find yourself crossing your legs without realizing it? Share your experience in the comments below. Habit number 4, holding in a sneeze, the internal pressure bomb. While the previous habit was about a slow, silent danger, this one is about a split-second decision that can have explosive consequences. This is for everyone, but it's especially important for those over 60 who might have more fragile blood vessels or delicate inner ear structures. The problem with holding in a sneeze is that you are attempting to contain a massive and sudden release of pressure. The secret lies in understanding the sheer force of a sneeze. A sneeze can expel air from your nose at speeds up to 100 miles per hour. When you stifle this by pinching your nose or closing your mouth, all of that immense pressure has to go somewhere. Instead of exiting your body, it's redirected inwards, into your head, your ears, and your chest. This pressure surge can be powerful enough to cause a range of injuries. It can rupture the tiny, delicate blood vessels in your eyes or brain. It can damage your eardrums, potentially leading to hearing loss or vertigo. In very rare but documented cases, it has even led to a ruptured throat or the development of a brain aneurysm, and this is backed by stark medical evidence. A case report published in the British medical journal Case Reports detailed the story of a man who ruptured the back of his throat by stifling a powerful sneeze. He experienced immense pain and difficulty swallowing and speaking. Doctors found that the redirected air pressure had literally torn a hole in his pharynx. While the report notes that this is a rare occurrence, it serves as a powerful reminder of the violent forces at play. The physicians concluded that stifling a sneeze by pinching the nose and closing the mouth is a dangerous maneuver that should be avoided. Here is the simple and safe way to handle a sneeze. The most important rule is to let it out. Do not try to hold it back. The key is to do it hygienically to protect those around you. The best practice, recommended by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, is to sneeze into a tissue. If you don't have a tissue, sneeze into the crook of your elbow. This contains the spray of germs and prevents them from spreading through the air or from your hands. By directing the sneeze into your elbow, you avoid contaminating your hands, which are the primary vehicle for transmitting viruses and bacteria. After sneezing, always wash your hands with soap and water, or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer if soap and water are not available. It's a simple, respectful action that protects both your own health and the health of your community. Have you ever felt a strange sensation or even pain from holding in a sneeze? Let us know what it felt like in the comments. Habit number 3, chronic sleep deprivation, the midnight gambler. We move from an instantaneous action to a chronic condition that silently erodes your health night after night. This section is for anyone who feels they are too busy to sleep or believes that functioning on just a few hours of sleep is a sign of strength. The truth is, especially after 60, it's a gamble with your cardiovascular health. The danger lies in depriving your body of its most critical repair cycle. The secret is that during deep sleep, your body isn't just resting, it's actively working to heal and maintain itself. Your blood pressure naturally drops, giving your heart and blood vessels a much-needed break from the stresses of the day. Your body also reduces the production of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. When you consistently get less than 7 hours of sleep, this vital repair process is cut short. Your blood pressure remains elevated for more hours out of the day, putting constant strain on your arteries. Chronic inflammation levels rise throughout your body, which is a key driver of atherosclerosis, the hardening and narrowing of arteries. This combination of high blood pressure and inflammation dramatically increases the risk of a heart attack or stroke, and the scientific proof is overwhelming. A massive study published in the European Heart Journal followed nearly 500,000 adults and found a clear, direct link between sleep duration and cardiovascular disease. The researchers discovered that people who consistently slept for less than 6 hours a night had a 20% higher risk of having a first heart attack compared to those who slept 7 to 8 hours. The study's authors emphasized that in modern society, sleep deprivation has become a lifestyle choice for many, but it should be treated as a significant risk factor for heart disease, just like smoking or a lack of exercise. So, how can you reclaim your restorative sleep? Here are actionable steps. First, establish a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock or circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Second, create a restful environment. Your bedroom should be dark, quiet, and cool. Consider using blackout curtains, earplugs, or a white noise machine to block out disruptions. Make sure your mattress and pillows are comfortable and supportive. Third, develop a relaxing pre-sleep routine. For an hour before bed, wind down by avoiding screens like TVs, computers, and smartphones. The blue light emitted by these devices can suppress the production of melatonin, the hormone that controls sleep. Instead, try reading a physical book, listening to calm music, or taking a warm bath. This signals to your brain that it's time to prepare for sleep. What is the one thing that most often disrupts your sleep? Sharing it might help others find solutions. Habit number 2, getting up suddenly, the gravity trap. This habit is about the first few seconds after you wake up, a moment of vulnerability that can lead to a life-altering injury. This is for everyone who has ever jumped out of bed quickly in the morning. After age 60, this seemingly innocent action is like stepping into a trap set by gravity. The danger is a sudden drop in blood pressure that can cause you to faint and fall. The scientific term for this is orthostatic hypotension. The secret is that when you are lying down, gravity's effect on your blood is distributed evenly. But when you stand up suddenly, gravity pulls blood down into your legs and abdomen, away from your brain. In a younger person, special sensors in the blood vessels signal the heart to beat faster and the vessels to constrict, quickly pushing blood back up to the brain. However, as we age, this reflex can become slower and less efficient. The result is a temporary but sharp drop in blood pressure, starving the brain of oxygen and leading to dizziness, lightheadedness, or even a full blackout, which often results in a fall. The risk is not theoretical, it's a major cause of injury in older adults. A study published in the journal Age and Aging investigated the prevalence of orthostatic hypertension and its link to falls in an elderly population. The researchers found that individuals with this condition were more than twice as likely to experience a fall compared to those without it. The study highlighted that since falls can lead to devastating consequences like hip fractures and head trauma, preventing orthostatic hypertension is a key strategy for maintaining independence and health in later life. Here is the clear, step-by-step 3-minute rule to avoid this trap. Do not rush out of bed. When you first wake up, stay lying down for at least 1 full minute. Take a few deep breaths and gently stretch your arms and legs. This gives your body a chance to awaken slowly. Second, move to a seated position on the edge of the bed with your feet planted firmly on the floor. Sit there for another full minute. During this time, you can do some gentle neck rolls or shoulder shrugs. This allows your blood pressure to begin adjusting to the new upright posture. Third, after that minute of sitting, slowly stand up, using the bed or a sturdy piece of furniture for support if needed. Remain standing in place for the final minute before you start to walk. If you feel any dizziness at any stage of this process, simply sit back down until it passes. This simple 3-minute routine can dramatically reduce your risk of a dangerous morning fall. Have you ever felt dizzy after standing up too quickly? Tell us about it in the comments. Habit number 1, tilting your head back. During a nosebleed, the common mistake that can choke you. We've arrived at the number 1 most dangerous habit, not because it's the most common, but because it's a piece of well-intentioned but life-threatening advice that many of us were taught as children. This is the ultimate mythbuster that could save your life or the life of a loved one. The danger is not stopping the bleed, but where the blood goes. The secret is in basic anatomy. When you tilt your head back, you are not stopping the nosebleed. The blood vessels are still bleeding. All you are doing is redirecting the flow of blood from out of your nostrils to down the back of your throat. This blood can then easily enter your airway and lungs, a process called aspiration. This can lead to choking, a serious lung infection called aspiration pneumonia, or in the worst case scenario, a complete blockage of your airway. It can also cause you to swallow large amounts of blood, which can irritate the stomach and induce vomiting. If you vomit while still disoriented from the blood loss, you risk aspirating the stomach contents as well, compounding the danger. This is not a matter of opinion. It is a globally accepted first aid standard. Reputable health organizations worldwide, including the American Red Cross and the National Health Service in the UK, are unanimous in their guidance. Their official first aid protocols explicitly state to never tilt the head back during a nosebleed. Instead, they provide a clear and safe alternative. This advice is based on countless medical cases where the incorrect procedure led to preventable complications. The consensus is built on a fundamental medical principle: maintain a clear and protected airway at all times. Here is the definitive, correct way to manage a nosebleed. First, sit down and lean your body and your head slightly forward. This posture ensures that blood will drain out of your nose rather than down the back of your throat. Breathe through your mouth. Second, Using your thumb and index finger, firmly pinch the soft parts of your nose just below the bony bridge. Do not just pinch the very end of the nostrils. You need to apply pressure to the blood vessels higher up. Third, hold this pressure continuously for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Do not release the pressure to check if the bleeding has stopped. Use a clock to time yourself. It takes time for a proper clot to form. While holding pressure, you can apply a cold pack to the bridge of your nose to help constrict the blood vessels. After 15 minutes, gently release the pressure. If the bleeding continues, hold pressure for another 10 minutes. If it hasn't stopped after 30 minutes, you should seek medical attention. Now, I know what you might be thinking. These are all small habits. I've been doing some of them for years and I feel fine. Do they really make that much of a difference? Don't worry. That's a very valid question. Here are some simple rules to understand the concept of cumulative risk. Number 1, think of your health like a strong rope. In your youth, this rope can withstand a lot of strain. Each of these small, risky habits is like snipping one tiny fiber in that rope. Snipping one fiber does nothing. Snipping 10 does nothing. But over 60 or 70 years, snipping fibers every single day weakens the rope. One day, a sudden stress, like a minor infection or a fall, can cause the whole rope to snap, leading to a major health crisis. It wasn't the final event that was the problem, it was the decades of tiny damages. Number 2, your body's reserves decrease with age. The ability of your blood vessels to adapt, your immune system to fight off infection, and your bones to heal from a fall are not the same at 65 as they were at 25. These habits put a tax on your body's reserves, a tax that becomes much harder to pay as you get older. Number 3, focus on prevention, not just cures. The goal is not to live in fear, but to live with wisdom. By replacing these 5 risky habits with 5 safe ones, you are not just avoiding danger, you are actively investing in your future independence, mobility, and quality of life. It's about making small, intelligent choices today to ensure a healthier and more vibrant tomorrow. So my friends, today we talked about more than just habits. We talked about how to use small, wise steps to protect the incredible gift of your health and to continue living a full, independent life that you truly deserve. I'm not asking you to change your whole life overnight. Just pick the one habit from this list that resonated with you the most and try the safer alternative. Observe how you feel for just 3 days. Which one will you try first? Let me know your choice in the comments. And if this video gave you a sense of hope, just type the word HOPE. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so we can continue this health journey together. Take care, may your days be safe and your health be strong. I'll see you in the next video. Many seniors have been already benefited from this video. Click to see what you've been missing.